Hi, my name is Angela Sutton, and I'm a graphic art designer. I would like to now show you some of the projects that I have in my portfolio that really showcase my passion and my drive for detail. The first project we're going to go ahead and look at is Most Home Billboard Campaign. For this project, I used Photoshop and InDesign. Here you can see the contrast between the crisp white, the blue, and the black. It makes the information stand out. The relevant information is in close proximity to each other in order to show relevance. I also used repetition with the font and kept everything tied together so that it had a natural flow with the eye. My second project is Aqua Excursion Trifold. For this project, I used both InDesign and Photoshop. I used paragraph styles for the header, subheaders, and the body. With the use of columns, gutters, and bleeds, I kept everything clean and the information well organized and aligned. I carried the color from their logo throughout the trifold, and this helped tie everything together and show a nice natural flow. It also helped with contrast and repetition. There's also hierarchy, which gives that natural flow for the eye to hit the information that needed to be presented. The third project in my portfolio that we're going to showcase is Starlight Bistro Menu. With this, I used Adobe Illustrator, Adobe InDesign, and Adobe Photoshop. I was able to create the menu for Starlight Bistro by implementing paragraph styles. This helped keep the flow of all the text, the bold print, the pricing, and all the irrelevant information on their menu. I was able to keep repetition and alignment by using grids and columns. The photos were all in proximity to each other to showcase the items on the menu. The cover was simple to keep with the simplicity feel of a beachside bistro. My fourth project is the Student Matters newsletter. This was created using Photoshop and InDesign. I set up master pages for the page number, issue date, and title, which are all found on the lower parts of the pages. Paragraph styles were also implemented. Images and bold titles help with hierarchy and keeping the flow of the page. I used 3 columns for the layout as well as margins, bleeds, and gutters. The images were cropped to enhance the subject's focus. Focus was placed on alignment, proximity, hierarchy, repetition, and even contrast with the consistent colors that were carried throughout the project. For my fifth project, the Main Ingredient magazine, which was one of my favorite projects to create. Here I used InDesign and Photoshop. By using those, I was able to create a dynamic page layout. All of the design principles were used. I used contrast with color and with columns. One page displays 3 columns, with the adjacent page having just 2. I also used text wrap around images to continue the flow of the eye for the reader. I used pull quotes to draw the attention of the viewer to the article. Color was used throughout the article in each of the articles that tied in with the images associated to that article. I used that with paragraph styles to keep it consistent and have a natural flow. For my last and final project that I'll show you today, was one of my favorites as well, was the Chateau Vineyards wine box and label. For this, I used Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. For this particular project, I had to use bleed, die lines, and shapes to create the box flat. The colors were chosen to represent wine, which comes from grapes. I wanted it to have a more earthy tone with the olive green and burgundy colors. The textures used is to also give that more earthy tone and tie everything together and keep it all the same. Everything is aligned straight across. The eye flows very naturally. The hierarchy is also showcased with the logo and the wine name. Paragraph styles were used to keep the information consistent, which is carried onto the label as well as the box. This concludes my presentation. If you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to hearing from you, and I also look forward to working with you. Thank you for your time and have a great day.